Hi, good afternoon. This is Hema. Welcome you all here today on behalf of ISDE Training Academy and PS Quality Certifications. We provide a broad range of training, consulting services, and products to help your institution to achieve its performance improvement goals. Our mission is to provide a top quality training to your staff that can be transferred realistically to the workplace. And in today's session, we are going to see about learning management system. So to have a detailed outlook about this, I welcome Dr. Narasimhan Swaminathan here. So he is a physiotherapy educator and a researcher working as professor of physiotherapy and vice principal faculty of allied health sciences, Sri Ramachandra Institute of Higher Education and Research, Chennai. He has completed his post-graduation in cardiopulmonary physiotherapy in 2003 and Faber Fellowship at PSG Regional Institute in the year 2012. Prior to this appointment, he worked with Father Muller Medical College, Mangalore since 2003 to 2014 in various capacities, including Vice Dean. He was trained in blended learning and quality assurance in higher education during his tenure as Dean, Faculty of Health and Life Sciences, INTA International University, Malaysia. He has completed 3 funded educational research projects and currently pursuing his PhD in health professional education. He is a member of Sri Ramachandra Center for Health Professionals Education and involved in training the educators in blended learning. He is a consultant for PG Curriculum Development, Peradeniya University, Sri Lanka. He is visiting professor to Bournemouth University, UK, and adjunct researcher to University of South Australia, Adelaide. I welcome you here, sir. You can take over the session. Narasimhan, sir. Narasimhan, sir. Am I audible, sir? Sir, you can take over the session, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Hema, for this introduction. Good afternoon, all. Probably in the next hour or so, we will be seeing the importance of digital teaching. As she said, we will not be focusing only on LMS. LMS is a part of your ICT-enabled teaching learning method. How this is important in improving quality of higher education in Indian system. We need to understand as deans and as quality higher education providers, even every teachers, we should understand the importance of this. So today's session will be based on that. I will share my screen. Is my screen visible, Ms. Hema?
Not yet, sir. Yes. Yes, sir. It's visible now.
ICT-enabled teaching and learning management system, that's what today we'll be talking about. Probably we will have time to see some of the freely available tools and how as an institute we could use these tools to improve the quality of higher education. The ultimate goal is to provide the quality of teaching. We should see that our learning outcomes of our students are met. That is very important. That's what every accrediting body is looking for. Even as a higher education teacher or higher education provider, that's what important. That should be our goal. So, having said that, so the objectives of this session. So we have 4 objectives to cover. We are going to discuss the advantages and disadvantages, challenges of digital teaching and learning methods, especially when it comes to India as a country. And we are going to see also appropriate digital tools, how we could improve the learners' engagement. Because the need for a learning management system in higher education in India, in different institutes, We will demonstrate some of the features of learning management system. So these 4 are the objectives of today's session. So I would like to acknowledge our health professional education units here. I would also declare I don't have any conflict of interest, but I'm not having any association with any other institutes which is providing the training. So which is important for our higher educators is understanding the current generation of learners. What type of students we have? Can we have any answers? What do you know about the current generation students? Anybody? How are they? How they are different from us when we were students or when we were learners? Can we have some answers?
Traditional leaders are more autocratic.
Anybody? Traditional learners are more? Yeah, that's
more autocratic nature.
Okay.
But presently, we are going with the democratic approach.
Okay, that's one thought. That's good. That's a good observation. Any other view on that? How do you see the digital learners and the current generation learners? You know, I'm told many teachers are there attending today. How do you see? Anybody? Let's keep the session interactive, otherwise it will be boring.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, now students are very well in updating the technology.
Okay, that's very important point. Yeah, they wanted to be more democratic, like what the previous person said, and yeah, they are more digital, technology oriented. Okay.
They are less. The reading sense is very less. They are only watching movies or videos.
Yeah, good observation. Good observation. Reading said the reading habits, the reading is becoming less, and they want to learn more through videos and movies. Absolutely right. Yes, you're right. Any other answer?
When we were a student,
yeah,
we had only one source of information, that was probably the teachers.
Okay.
Books were also not much available.
Yes.
But now the present generation students, teachers are just a component of source of information. They have many others at their disposal. So the teaching learning process requires a big transformation because the requirements are different.
Fantastic. Very well said. So when we were students, the teachers are the only source of knowledge. You're right. We didn't have any access. Whatever the teacher says, that's the final one. But now, thanks to the internet, the availability of information, knowledge for the current generation learners is very wide. Yeah, you're right. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Maybe I will take one more reflection and then we will proceed further. Anybody else would like to add? Okay, so we'll proceed further. So now we had, yeah, you're right. The first person said now the students want to be more democratic. Yeah, that's true. And they are technology driven. Yes. And then they are having access to knowledge everywhere apart from the teacher. That's true. That's true because of the availability of the internet. So now this is what we need to understand. The literature says, you know, this in US and other developed countries, they started earlier to identify this. You know, based on this, even the higher education institutes, they classify the learners. The learners are, you know, now the current generation learners are millennials. You know, the millennials, because if you see, they born when they were students. When they born, they had access to all these medias. You know, they are socially wired. They grew up with technology. You know, if you ask me, I had my first email, you know, when I was doing my postgraduate program. You know, that also if you all remember, we need to go to an internet center and need to wait. We get 10 minutes to access the internet, and it take time. It was very difficult. But nowadays, it's everything available on the smartphone. We need to understand that these children are grew up with technology. They want to make difference always. They want to make, as somebody at the beginning said, they want, democratic. They want to make a difference. They want their opinion to be heard, and they want participatory learning. That is what the research says. Even if you observe in your home, your own children, if you see what they are doing, they want to be, independent. They're confident. They have high expectations. They want to achieve something. They want to achieve something. As you rightly said, they don't want to read, but they have access to these videos and other things. We need to understand that as a higher education providers. I like this picture. They are socially wired, isn't it? They're socially wired. The WhatsApps, the Facebooks, the Instagrams, they're socially wired. See, as a teacher, as an higher education faculty, higher education provider, I should equip myself. We should equip ourselves to cater the need. We cannot be with the tradition. Till today, if you're telling, no, I'm using the traditional teaching method, we are outdated. We will not be able to provide the quality of education what is expected. If your institute, if we are looking for a quality, if you are looking for accreditation, one of the important things is providing the digital need, catering the digital need, and using the digital tools to enhance the learner's experience. So then only we will be able to meet the learning outcome. That is very important. We need to understand that. So it is not only, the way they are studying, it's also changed. You see that millennials, yeah, as you rightly said, they want to blog. They will read the wikis. They use Twitters to share their knowledge. But it has changed. When I was a student, if I remember in 93, 95, all we belong to generation X. If you see, for us to learning through role play, through learning by reading the books, that was fun. But now our students has access to knowledge everywhere. We need to understand. This one slide, you need to understand that, if you see this, millennial students, they born between this years, they believe in podcast, webinars, and as you said, they wanted technology to learn. We need to understand that. But we are here as a teachers, most of us will be in, generation X, or, some of us maybe baby boomers, especially if you are in the, top position of the institute, if you reflect. If you're a dean or a principal, will be in that area. So the gap is more, but we need to realize we need to keep pace. Now, this COVID situation, now everybody goes for online learning. Why? Because the situation forces. Now every day we take online classes. Now you see, now I'm talking to you, we never have a face-to-face contact. It was not possible before, though it was available, we were skeptical, and we were not ready to accept this. So when there is a situation, we took it. So as you rightly said, that's what the literature, they want to learn more. They are hypermedia. They are social learners. They learn to pass the test, not to do. We should understand that. So that's what the outcome-based comes in. If you see, we insist on the outcome-based curriculum, outcome-based education. They want fun during learning. We should understand that. They want to learn, but not as in depth like what we used to do. We need to understand that. Nothing wrong in that. We as a higher education teachers, we need to shift ourselves, like what we did for COVID. That is what the our top accrediting body in our country, NAC. That if you see, there are criteria specifically. I'm giving some of the documents from NAC. It is a NAC manual. Is for the university. Similar thing applicable for the affiliated institute also. If you see the criteria, the teachers are expected to use the ICT enabled tools. They wanted what ICT enabled tools the teachers are using, whether the learning management system is used by your institute, how it is used. It's fantastic. You see, we are in the forward thinking. The accreditation body is in forward thinking. They kept all these things in the accreditation process. Why? Because they realized the need. They know what is the need for the current generation learners. Apart from that, if you see, there is another criteria. It is also there. What is the percentage of classrooms are ICT enabled? ICT means it is not, if you have your only LCD projector and PowerPoint, that is not only ICT. It is more than that. That's what we are going to see today. What is ICT? When you understand, sorry, you will be able to implement this, and you will be able to use this for the benefit of your students. The e-content used by the teachers is also asked. It's beautiful. We should appreciate that, because they see this is what the future. Because we are developing, fast developing country. If you want to see our universities on the global ranking, this is very important. That's what this criteria is included very much. So what is ICT? We need to understand that. So that's the background. We need to use digital tools because of the students' need and their nature. We need to use it. Okay. So what is ICT? Information and communication technologies. It is not only PowerPoint. Earlier it was only the PowerPoint and the computer. Now it is more than that. The learning management system, how this could be used effectively. Again, ICT means it is not only just using the LCD projector and the computer. It is more than that. How we are using the digital tools to create e-content. Because the content, as somebody said, now the students want to learn from the digital tools. They want to watch a movie, they want to watch a video, they want to listen to the podcast. So that is what these tools has to be given priority. So information, communication, technology. So WhatsApp is very much used. Twitter, Facebook, all these things are used for teaching. Nothing wrong in that if you are using it in a right direction. I last 6-7 years, I'm convinced, because I could see my students' learning outcomes are achieved very well. We could see the difference on the students' learning behavior. Why ICT? Based on the experience, and if you see the literatures which is available, what is lacking in this current generation student, as somebody rightly said, they don't want to go into the depth. They don't want to read. But we need the students. They can be from any of the higher education, engineering, medical, nursing, allied health sciences, pharmacy, any of the higher education. We need them to be creative. We need creative people. We need them to be collaboratively working so that they will be able to achieve the goals. They should be critical thinkers. We don't want them to memorize. That is not required. As we rightly understood, the knowledge is available everywhere. They don't require teacher, but the teacher should be a facilitator to improve the critical thinking, to facilitate their critical thinking. The curriculum what we design should focus on that. That is what, again, if you see the criteria of NAC, I quote NAC because today that's the highest accrediting body in our country. It's very well designed, the criteria. How is your curriculum? In your curriculum, what creative aspects are there? How you are improving the critical thinking of your students, what is your learning outcomes? we should also increase the communication skills. If you talk to the industry people, they will ask, definitely, you just inquire whichever area you are situated, whoever takes your students for as an employee in their institute, ask them what they are looking for. They will say this: I want an employee, you should be creative, you should collaborate work, you should be a critical thinker, and they should be a very good communicator, both verbally, written communication, any type of communication. So ICTs are the tools will encourage, will enhance, will facilitate this 4Cs. I see this is a 4C: creative, collaborative, critical thinking, and communication. Note it down, and then you will see how we require our learners to have these things. So we need to focus on these 4. So again, we are moving from teacher-centered to student-centered learning. Earlier, traditional, when you and me, when we were students, it was teacher-centered. As somebody said, teacher had the knowledge. Teacher was on the, sage in the stage. Teacher preached, we listened, and whatever teacher says, done. But now, the knowledge is everywhere. The teacher acts as a facilitator. The teacher facilitates. The teacher encourages the critical thinking. The teacher ensures the students are collaborating with each other. The teacher ensures that the learners are developing critical thinking. They're reaching their learning outcome. So the outcomes are defined. The learners know what is their outcome. They know what is their direction. So they are actively learning. That is important. Earlier, it was passive learning. You need to do your assignments. You need to submit your homeworks. It's all teacher-centered. But now, the students decide on the deadlines what they are doing when, because the blueprint is given to them. This is what your course, this is what your program outcome, this is what your course outcome. You will be achieving this course outcome in this semester. When you achieve this course outcome, you will be able to achieve that program outcome. That's what, if you see, again, all the criteria in the NAC is very well defined. We need to have a program outcome, we need to have a course outcome, how these things are mapped. So student-centered teaching is important. For that, we need to use ICT-enabled tools. That is what we need to understand. So another thing, I like this pyramid, it's beautifully done. If you see, the passive learning happens on the top. You see that at the top of the pyramid, all the red one, they're all passive learning. They read, hear, they view image, they watch the demonstration. This will apply only to the low level of Bloom's taxonomy, if you see that. But again, if you want your student, if you want our learners, the higher education learners, to be at the higher level of Bloom's taxonomy, we need to encourage active learning. We need to encourage active learning. So if you see the Bloom's taxonomy, the higher level, we want them to be analyzing, we want them to be creating, we want them to be evaluating. So we don't want only the rote memorization. That's a low level. For that, active learning is important. So if you're thinking of active learning, the best solution, the technology is available for us to enhance the active learning. Okay, fine. So let's play a game. You all are listening for the last half an hour. I don't want you to be passive. Please take your smartphones. I hope all of you are having a smartphone. Do you all have your smartphones? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Please. Yeah.
Yes,
please
sir.
Please take your smartphone. Type on the address kahoot.it. Kahoot.it. Once you typed, it will ask you the game pin. That's the game pin there. Can you see the screen? Yeah, some of you might have played these kind of games earlier, so it will be a revision.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, are you all joining? Please let me know if any difficulties.
So project is the pin again, sir. Pin.
Do you want the pin again?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, is it seen? 039799699. 039799699. Okay, are you all able to play? Are you able to play? Yeah, I could see you started answering. Yes. Shall we stop the game? You finished? I could see 17 of you are playing. But we could see there are 40, more than 40 people, but only 17 are playing. I could see. Even I could tell you a name if you want. You know, this is an example how an ICT can be used. You know, we are remote, but we are connected. We are remote, we are connected. You all completed? Shall I stop the game? Shall we proceed further? Do you want some more time? Okay. Shall we stop the game?
Sir, 1 second, sir. Sir?
0397.
You can see the screen. What is happening there? I told you, 17 players I can see. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. 17 players are there. Even we could see your scores also. Shall we stop?
Sir.
I know this will be interesting. I know that because That is how we could engage the students. You see how much we could make interactive our sessions. Just I want you to appreciate the importance of ICT. Nothing to, find the knowledge or something. Just take it as a fun. You see now when we end the game, shall we stop the game?
Yes, please.
Sir.
Okay, so now we are finishing the game. So this is how you can use it. This is one example. There are plenty of tools like this. This is one example. I thought I will show some of the freely available tools so that you will be able to use it. These all comes under ICT. Okay, so now you see, can you see the results? So total 23 players. So 34% correct. So that means we need to, if this particular lesson, we need to, train more. As a teacher, I can understand that. But the students, as a learners, they get the feedback immediately. How you all got your score? Have you all got your scores? Okay, so that's the podium. If you want to see the podium, you see who is the winner? I know, Miss Winster and Amrita. Then we have Maleshwari. Okay. Okay, so before proceeding further, I just would like to know, how do you feel this game? What is your experience as a learner? Don't worry about the contents, the process. How was it?
Interesting, sir.
Interesting in which way?
In which way?
On the spot thinking and replying.
Okay, you are encouraging your learners to think. Yeah, that's important. Yes, it's interesting. Yes, it is involving them, active engagement. Anything else? Yes, it breaks the monotony of traditional teaching. Definitely, yes. That's what we are moving from teacher-centered to student-centered. Got it? So like this, there are many tools. This all comes under ICT enabled. That is what I want you to appreciate. So ICT means it is not, using the PowerPoint, recording the video. It is more than that. Like this, there are plenty of tools. But every institute should have such tools. That's what even the accrediting body is asking. What type of innovative tools you are using? What type of tools your teachers are trained? So these tools, the basic version is free. If your institute is convinced, if your faculty members are trained, you can go for the premium version. This gives the independent learning to the students. You can create n number of quiz. The quiz created by your teaching faculty can be shared with all the other teachers also. So the students' learning can be monitored, in which module they are weak and which module you need to train them more. In that way, you will be able to create interest among the students. So this is one example of our ICT enabled teaching. Okay, so there are plenty of things are like this, because we run separate course on this for our faculty members, and we train them so that we could see the change in our students thing. So the other point, one we need to understand about the e-learning. So e-learning or online learning, it can be defined as the delivery of learning via any form of electronic media. Any electronic media if you are using, even if you are using WhatsApp, that comes under e-learning or online learning. Any forms. Some of the teachers, they were so innovative during this COVID period. We could see that They use Facebook for teaching. You could see the students' feedback. They're so innovative. Facebook, Twitter, some people used Instagram. That's innovative. So how much innovative we are, that's what the accrediting bodies are asking, how innovative you are. So this is some of the example. I told you already many times, the nursing people, those who are there, they will understand, every council is appreciating this online learning. So what we need to understand here, when we come to online learning or e-learning, there are two types, synchronous versus asynchronous. So now what is happening, what we are learning, you are the other side, I am here, we both are connected in the same time, that is synchronous. But the other part is asynchronous. Asynchronous means they can learn on their own time. The materials are available for them. I want you to reflect on this point. How do you think the learners will benefit from live lectures? What are the benefits of live lectures like this? Does it has any benefits? Now during COVID time, we are taking online class. We say that, we are using Google Meet or Zoom or whatnot. So what are all the advantages? What do you think?
Sir, do you mean the advantages of physical classes?
No, these online classes. No, online classes. Yeah.
Advantages, you're asking.
Yeah. See, the online classes, there are two types, synchronous and asynchronous. Synchronous means both the learners and the teachers are at the same time. Now what is happening? This is synchronous. Asynchronous is the students are in the different time. They can, they can access the materials and they can read whenever they want. They can complete, like whatever the course you are doing through, the online platforms. So what do you think the advantage of this, like online sessions now, what we have, synchronous?
Saved, sir.
Pardon?
Time is saved, sir. Traveling time is saved.
Okay, traveling time is saved. Yeah, traveling time is saved.
It's a collective brainstorming session.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, what else? Yeah, students can ask questions without fear. Okay. Online class can be, Bindu John says, the advantage of online class can be done with the specified time. Okay. From the learner's point of view. Okay, so what are the disadvantages? The lectures, like online lectures or your daily lectures, what are the disadvantages?
Connectivity, sir.
Connectivity, it means which?
Connectivity problem for both for the students as well as for the learners, sir.
Okay, that's fine. Connectivity is very good, very well taken. Connectivity, yes, beautifully said. What others?
So we try doing, sir, we try doing multiple tasks at the same time, sir, at the same time.
Okay, fine. Is that right? When we try to do multiple tasks?
Sir, as students, they feel they're out of that screen space. So you can switch off the video You can do simultaneous other work, just keeping your earphones on.
Okay, that is possible.
Sir, the atmosphere is not tuned to the classroom.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Correct. Appropriate, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. I agree. Okay. Also says not all students are accessible. Loss of attention by the students. Yes, fine. Okay. So now, what is the solution? Let it be online or let it be face to face. I take a lecture. I give a lecture. In that class, if I have suppose 40 students, can all the 40 students grasp my lecture?
No, sir.
Think? So what type of students we have? You remember, again, if you go for the quality assurance, we need to identify the
Fast learners and
fast learners, high achievers and slow learners. So what are we doing for slow learners? Have you ever thought of it when we were a student, if some lectures we didn't understand?
yes, sir.
Is it possible for a teacher to, individually call the student and train them?
No, sir.
Can you thought of a solution? Suppose if I record my lecture, if I record my lecture, I allow my students to access the lecture whenever they want. Will that be beneficial to the slow learners?
Beneficial, sir, definitely.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever thought of it? Now forget about this COVID, before COVID. Why can't we do
No,
that?
sir.
Why can't we do that? That is what this ICT enabled comes in there. Why the quality assurance bodies, why the accrediting bodies, they're asking for ICT is that. Because individual attention is possible if we are using these technologies. This is one example. Some of the concepts, they may not follow in one class. So if I make that video available in some place, if they could access whenever they want, they're going to learn. What we are expecting, we want all our learners to achieve the learning outcome. They may be slow learners, they may be high achievers. So ICT is the one, this one example, we take many lectures. Every day you will have online sessions in COVID time. Now you are taking online sessions. Is it possible for all your students to understand? No. Whatever you said is correct. First point, the accessibility. During the live session, sometimes they may not have internet access. So how are we going to help them? All the students will not be able to capture. I hope you understand. So that is what this ICT, why this ICT, why this learning management system. So that's what even the accrediting body, they're asking for ICT enabled. There is a meaning. There is a meaning because after all, the learning outcomes has to be met. Then only we can assure that the quality is met. So that is what the ICT enabled. So when we see this asynchronous, what I mean by asynchronous is the courses which you are learning on your own time. The students can learn at the different times. It provides flexibility. It provides flexibility. Okay, so it's more convenient for the learners. The students can work on their own time. That's what we need to understand. So why online training? Why these digital tools? Because this online training, it brings uniformity in curriculum delivery. Everybody will follow the same. The curriculum delivery becomes more uniform. It also provides more flexibility for the learners because the learners can access the material whenever they want, wherever they are, how many times they want. There is no restriction on that. Again, since the materials are recorded and it's going to be available on the online, the quality content, the quality is there if we look for this. That is what this ICT enabled learning management system. It again reduces the rural-urban divide. everywhere they will have the same thing. This online training or digital tools, if you're using, it enhances collaborative learning. They will be participating in the discussions. The learners will participate in the discussions. It also helps in resource sharing. And very important, it is cost effective for the institutes. If you, that's what the in top ranked universities, they all established this 10, 15 years back. They all have a very well established learning management system. So if you are looking for online learning or e-learning, when we say, online learning, it is very important, the learners, who is your learners? What type of students you are catering? What is their context? That's very important. Whether they all have access to, the digital tools. Now fortunately, everybody have access to their smartphones. So that's possible now. We cannot say that they will not be able to access. Now they have, we also published a paper last month. We identified, what are all their difficulties. So difficulties are there, but one of the positive things what we identified, 99.9% of our participants, we had 1,800 sample, 99.9% of them having a smartphone. They are ready to use their smartphones for their learning purpose. That was a positive sign. And then we need to also consider the technological aspects of the design, how the course content are going to be delivered, and the content of interventions, what type of content also we are using. When we think of online learning, first starts from the institutional vision and mission. The institute should take a step forward, and then the pedagogical, how the teaching methods, what methods we are going to use, how the faculty members are trained, and then the technology. We're going to see the technology only. One technology what you saw is Kahoot now. Like that, many tools. How are we going to have that learning management system? What's the learning management system? And then the interface design. Then comes, we need to evaluate after implementing. Then how we are managing. We should also plan for resource support. Then we should also consider the ethical aspects. If at all you are going for, your LMS or your online platform, this is the blueprint you should consider. So, having said that, now this is what may be interesting to you. So if you are looking for a learning management system, or if you are looking for digital tools, there are plenty of tools are available. Some of these tools are free. Google Classroom. You have something called Acadly, Edmodo. Google Meet, that, Google Meet, Zoom, Microsoft Teams. So you have lots of opportunities to use. Lots of opportunities. You have everything, these tools. So how many of you are aware of all these tools? Probably if I take, can you name the tools which you know for ICT enabled teaching? Can you? Can you name some of the tools which you are using?
We are using Zoom, Gmeet, then Google Classroom.
Okay. That means you already started using your learning management system. Very good. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, Dr. Vinita says Google Meet, Zoom, Google Classroom. Oh, very good. Moodle. Very good. Nice. Anything else?
So we are using Cisco also, sir.
Okay. Very good. Okay, so you're telling all these platforms, what is the difference between your Zoom and Google Classroom or Google Meet? How would you differentiate?
So there is a time limit for both of it. For Zoom, for maximum 45 minutes After that, we can't use in free version. In Gmeet, we can time limit is more.
Okay. So again, that's what you need to understand the difference between the synchronous and asynchronous. Now, whatever we are talking is about synchronous. That means your Google Meet is on, your students is the other side, you are sharing your PowerPoint. Now, what I am doing through Zoom, this is synchronous. What about asynchronous? That's what we dwelled on that point. Asynchronous is the one the students can access the materials whenever they need. The flexibility is there for them. Can you think of those kind of tool have you using? Yeah, Moodle is asynchronous. That's what we're going to see now. Moodle is an asynchronous. Dr. Vinita, could you please unmute and you can share what is Moodle, how it is asynchronous, so that others also will be able to appreciate. Would you like to do that?
We can upload our learning materials. So it can be a video or PowerPoint or the classes in any form. And they can access it anytime. We can set a time limit or we can keep it open also. So the students can access it whenever they want and take up exams, and we can collect the data from that. So it need not be in a specific time.
Yeah, that's Moodle, yes. You all get it. So they are using Moodle. Moodle is one thing that provides opportunity for the students to learn asynchronous. So when we talk about learning management system, that's what today's more point is about, that learning management system, LMS. LMS. So reflect. Most of our institutes are using, but we need to use it to the next level. You need to use it to the quality enhancement. So these are all the tools what I shared with you now. So these are all the tools are available. We'll see some of the tools. We'll try to demo some of the tools today. Fine. So this is one tool, Edmodo. Maybe you can note it down. This is a free tool. You as a teacher, you could create your account, and you could post your materials. You could schedule the classes. You could schedule your assessment through this. So the students will be able to access your material through this, because you will provide them the username and password. So they will be able to access this. That's Edmodo. We'll see some of the tools when we progress further. The next is Google Classroom. Most of you are using Google Classroom, isn't it? Google Classroom can be effectively used to share your materials. How many of you are using this to share your material, apart from Gmeet? Any of you are using Google Classroom?
Yes, sir, we are using Google Classroom for sharing our documents.
Yeah, yes, it is not only to share the document. Very good. It is not only to share the document. What else can be done in Google Classroom? I'm just opening my Google Classroom when we are discussing. What else can be done by using Google Classroom?
Yeah, we can evaluate also, sir. We can give us assignment. Through that, we can evaluate the assignment also.
Beautiful. What is the advantage you see, sir? You're right. What advantage you see in that? As a teacher, now you see from the teacher's side, when you are using Google Classroom, what advantage you are seeing in that?
Like normally when we give assignment in classroom, like we used to collect more papers, but here everything is through technology. We can access it very easily, anytime. That too, paperless also.
What other advantage you see for from the quality point of view? You are right. You can share your materials. You can conduct exams. What aspects of quality comes in there when you use Google Classroom? Any answers? Because you are using yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. All are the timingly should be submitted, sir. Content. If you're giving any, if you are given the time limitation will be there. Easily that time will be all are be joining. That is a good report, sir. Any assignment, that report will be very good within the timing period given, no, sir. Any assignment or quiz, the time limit within that time the students are joining means very good report. Good.
Okay, so we are maintaining the time. Okay, the discipline comes in. Yes. Okay, good. You say from the quality aspect, you said, yeah, yes, you are using to create class assignments and quizzes. How this enhances quality? That's important. Because whatever we are doing, we should understand why we are doing. Then only we'll do wholeheartedly. So the learning management system is that. How do you think, as he rightly said, okay, the time management, it's everybody is maintaining the time very correctly. What other quality aspects you see in that? Okay, I'll put it in the other way. What is the importance of giving feedback for the learners? Why do you think giving feedback is important? Are you all there?
Yeah, feedback from students to know about the teachers' level of teaching.
Yeah, that is students' feedback to the teachers. But what I am telling, what is the importance of giving feedback to the learners? To the learners.
Learners means students, no?
Yeah, students. Yeah. So through Google Classroom or the whatever you are using, you rightly said, they submit the assignments there and they do the quiz there. What happens to the feedback? Don't they get their feedback immediately?
Yeah, they will get the feedback. Like normally when they send the assignment, once after evaluating, they can immediately they can check the results.
Very good. How do you think giving feedback to the students improves the quality?
Yeah, in that way, they can really know how much effect they have given for the assignment.
Okay. That's what the quality comes in. When we give the feedback, it's very important for the students to get the feedback.
Yeah, their understanding level, their thinking level, we can easily access through that.
So when we give the feedback, they will be able to correct their learning behavior, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, sir, exactly.
Education is there to bring out the desirable behavioral change. If you are not giving the feedback, we cannot expect the behavioral change.
Sir. Hello, sir. One more point, sir. Hello?
Yeah, yes.
Sir, if I given, sir, assignment, in some, I given only instruction, but creativity, students are very uniqueness, sir. I saw that, sir. If I given this assignment, I given, but without any instruction, the creativity is very good, sir. In a uniqueness of individual, I received, sir.
Very good. Yeah, that's one thing. You can increase their creativity. The main thing is you are documenting their progress. You are providing the feedback, and then you see how they are progressing. You are monitoring it. Isn't it important for quality? That is what ICT enabled. That is what LMS. That is what the accrediting body is asking. what LMS you are using. It is not what LMS, how you are effectively using the LMS. So these systems, they provide us opportunity. They provide us opportunity, to provide feedback to the students. This brings transparency also. This brings transparency also. I just show one of the Google Classroom, which see this sometime back. Now we have different learning management system. Some of the Google Classroom which was used, it is created. Can you see the screen? Is my screen visible? Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what I could do here, as I told you, I can create, the whole course. You see, my whole course is there. The course is about evidence-based practice. My whole course is there in this. My student, they don't require textbook. I seldom recommend a textbook if they want. The high achievers, yes, I give them. I give the reference. I provide the course structure at the beginning. And then the full course is available in this, the step by step. At any time, they can access this material. If they want to read about, just an example, critical appraisal, they go there. There is a quiz and there is a material for them to read and how they are going to apprise. So everything is available. So till today, this student completed their course, but now they are doing their internship. Till they complete their internship, this material is available for them. Is it possible in the traditional teaching? Is it possible in the traditional teaching? You see now, this is a video lecture. I record my lecture. Of course, it's one-time investment for me because this is the same course I'm going to teach because that's my specialty area. So I record my lecture once and then it is available for my students there. My student can view this video whenever they want. They can be a slow learner or a fast learner. Some students may want to see the video again and again. If you see this video, I didn't record this in the studio. It is all recorded with the simple tools available. What I'm telling, the institutes can, of course, we have a sophisticated equipments, but the institutes can use the free tools to use their, you could see this lecture, whenever my students want, they can keep watching this. So like that, the materials are available for the students. So Google Classroom is also a low version of learning management system. We're going to talk about learning management system now. I want you to appreciate this. As you rightly said, some of you are using this. This could be, when I go here, I will be able to see the marks of the student. When they completed, what is their mark? I'll be able to see that. So they get their marks individually. Okay, so I'm going to see their marks here. Okay, so which they missed and whatever things I'm going to see this. So I'm going to tell them, these are all the things you missed it. I can give them the feedback there. So that is how a Google Classroom also is. I will not say it's a full learning management system. It is a learning management system. So whoever uses Google Classroom, think of these facilities. Google Classroom can be effectively used to track the students. I showed you one course. You know, some of the training programs which we conduct for other institutes, you know, especially on digital trainings, we use Google Classroom. We create a content. You know, we could see the difference. You know, recently we did a study also. You know, again, that's also getting published in a reputed journal. During this COVID time, we trained some group of teachers in digital teaching just using Google Classroom. You know, we could see the 4 weeks course effect. They are effectively using their classrooms, and their students are happy. They share the students' feedback. We analyze that also. That means it is easy. We cannot say that you know, in a setup like ours, we cannot take any excuses. There are free tools available. You know, if your institute email ID is there now, the G Suite, you know, we can use it for education purpose. That has more opportunities. Even you can schedule your class through that. We use our G Suite in our institute. We can schedule the class through that. The students can come in and they can attend the class. It's all possible. You know, that's the Google Classroom. You should understand that those who are using, please identify how the Google Classroom can be effectively used. You know, a partial learning management system. So any clarification till here? Any clarifications? Shall we proceed further?
One clarification, sir. Suppose
please.
If you are following this Google Classroom,
yeah,
is there any punctuality as we have designed can be possible, or they are coming and attending at their flexible time? Means I need some clarification, sir.
You know, the material is posted for the course. The material is posted there. You will have a plan for the course. You know, first week this module has to be completed. 4th week 4 modules has to be completed. So the 4 modules are available. The high learners will complete 4 modules. The high achievers, they can complete the 4 modules at the earliest. So you are providing the flexibility. The slow learners can keep reading the materials or watching your videos, you know, on their time, how many times they want also. But how the time management is with the teacher. You know, you will say that, you know, this assignment has to be completed within this time. So they need to complete. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. As we are pertaining to the attendance percentage, how it can be managed, sir? It is out of hours or like that I want, sir.
Attendance,
students' percentage is a must. You know, sir.
Yeah, attendance can be taken. Attendance can be taken only during this time. You know, that synchronous time what we are taking. There are some plugins. There are free plugins you can upload in your laptop or the system. During the time, just a right-click button, you will be able to get the attendance downloaded as Excel sheet.
Okay. Okay.
There are simple. That's what it's a 4 weeks program what we train. But you know, there are simple tools available. You can use it. It's free. It's all free tools. It's all free tools. You can monitor their attendance.
Yes, sir.
That's why we're going to the next level. You know, when we talk about a full-blown learning management system, you will be able to see when they are logging in, when they are logging out. You'll be able to see everything. But Google Classroom, you will not be able to know when the student logs in, when the student logs
yes, sir. That's what. That's what.
Yeah. That's one. See, whatever is, you know, this is a basic level. Okay. If you are going for a full-blown learning management system, we are going to see that in the next segment. Moodle is one of the learning management system. Is that you will be able to track the students' activity within the learning management system.
Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah. Any more clarifications?
Sir, I have certain queries regarding this Google Classroom, sir.
Please, please.
Sir, one is actually, I understood that we can upload all the contents. So whatever we take in the lecture classes, we can upload all our materials in the Google Classroom, the platform.
Yes.
And whether it should be done after our physical classes or during the physical classes we can upload. Because supposing if you upload it before, then I don't think student will listen to our actual the classes, whatever we give afresh. Sir.
That's a beautiful thought. That's a beautiful thought. See, suppose if I want to teach them, I hope many of you are from medical background.
Yes, sir.
I hope you all will be. I try to give a simple example from the medical background. Suppose I want to teach them, the problems happens in the heart. That's my today's class. So that's what my objective. To come to that class, I want them to know about the anatomy of the heart structure and function. So if I start my class, this is the anatomy, this is the physiology of heart. I'm wasting my time. So what I do, I post the anatomy and physiology material in Google Classroom. I will ask them to read that and come to my class. So in my class, I will take only in depth the problems. So I am saving time. I am using the time for their critical thinking. Are you getting?
So you mean to say that is whatever content we upload should be incomplete. It should not be a complete one.
It is not incomplete. It is based on your teaching plan. But if you ask me, nothing wrong in uploading the content. If you see my course, this course, the whole content is already there in my learning management system. It's open. Nothing wrong. See, if they read and come, also not a problem. But in the class, I'm not going to give them PowerPoint lecture. In the class, I'm going to make them work. I'm going to give them quiz. I'm going to make them sit in the group and discuss and present it. So if I want to deliver a lecture, I can record that lecture and I can post it in the learning management system. So I am using the face-to-face for in-depth learning. That is what at the beginning we said, we as a teachers, we need to change. Is it clear?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
It's all planned. That's what, again, it goes back to your learning outcome. What is your learning outcome? If your learning outcome is at the Bloom's taxonomy level, higher level, in the class, you should have active learning methods. If your learning outcome, at the end of my class, my student will be able to recollect. So I don't want any active method. I want them to recollect. I just list down. I'm going to ask them to recollect it. But if I want them to discuss, if I want them to apply the principles, I want them to be divided into small groups and discuss and come and deliver. Are you getting?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, that's a separate domain, the learning outcomes and all those things. That's what this the accreditation part looks all the aspects. It's there, outcomes and how then ICT comes. But today's scope is only, we are discussing about the ICT. So ICT, the learning management system is useful in uploading the materials. Either it could be before the class, after the class. It's up to the teacher's discretion, but it should be based on the learning outcome. Okay?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any more points to discuss? Okay, then we'll proceed further. So just we saw Google Classroom as a learning management system. It's not a full-blown learning management system. You also understood that rightly somebody asked how I am going to see the students' activity in this. So that's not possible in what do you call it? Fine. So now you see what is learning management system. That brings you the point to learn about learning management system. So what is a learning management system? Oh, sorry, I have some problem with this video to play. Any thought on that? What do you mean by learning management system? Just now we discussed a lot. You would have got an idea about learning management system. What do you mean by learning management system?
Depending on the course.
See from the student's point of view first.
Oh, student point.
Yeah. What do you think of now? Just how we discussed, the beautiful discussions happen. What do you think? What is a learning management system?
Through what methodology we are going to educate them, sir?
Okay. Google Classroom. Google Classroom, what are all the facilities are there in Google Classroom? You can upload the content. Yes. What else? What else? So if you are not discussing, it will be, yeah, we can upload assignments. Yes, Mr. Jonathan, that's correct.
Conducting quiz competitions.
Yeah, you can conduct quiz. Beautiful.
Conducting exams, sir.
Yeah, you can conduct internal exams. Yeah, you can conduct exams. Yes, assignments. That's what you are assessing them. So what is not there in Google Classroom? What is not there? We just discussed. Yeah, you can give feedback. Yes. What is not there in Google Classroom? Live learning. Yeah, you can add a Google Meet to that. So it's a live learning. Yeah. What is not there in Google Classroom? Those who are using Google Classroom?
Sir?
What is not there? Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Principal Indrani College of Nursing, sir.
Yes, madam. Your face looks familiar. Yes. How are you?
Yes, sir. Good, sir. Great, sir.
Yes,
sir,
madam.
When we compare this platform like Moodle or with GCR and all, like here we can reposit lesson plans and conduct many quizzes. And those things we can of course do in GCR also, but here we can do many more activities apart from that, sir. Like we can give activities to the students. We can link with the other links we can provide through Moodle, and many more activities we can do, sir, through that. Which these areas are limited in GCR.
Correct. So main thing, that's correct. Absolutely right. Dr. Karthika says we cannot find the time of login and logout. Yes, that is not possible in Google Classroom. So that means, what is an ideal learning management system? How an ideal learning management system should have? I'll just share the screen. Can you all hear the voice of the video?
No.
Okay, so LMS, it gives, whatever we expect, it is there in LMS. You can organize the content. That is very important. You can create the course and you can organize the content. You will be able to monitor the learner. So, what is their progress, what materials they accessed. You'll be able to monitor the learners. It provides flexibility in learning because the materials are available for the learners everywhere. They can access the learning management system through their mobile phones because most of the learning management systems are mobile compatible now. It provides personalized experience because each and every student will have their unique account to access their learning management system. They will be able to track their progress. They will be able to see in which course what they did, how they are progressing. It is individualized. Then the data storage, it's the large storage with a cloud or with a server hosted in your institute. It stores large data. The important point, the LMS provides analytics. That is important for the higher education institute, for the teachers. Analytics means you can see how the student perform in the course, or as a course, how you did as a teacher. How many students logged in, how many students completed the course, and which part of the course they didn't understand. That is for the teachers. As a managers, the head of the department or the head of the institute will be able to see which course performs well, which of my faculty member handles the course, how, what type of contents are available there. They will be able to analytically they will be able to do. The learning outcomes can be tracked. So those are all the advantages of learning management system. In Google Classroom, we'll not be able to do everything. We'll not be able to do everything. So there are various learning management systems available for you, because now it is clear learning management system and ICT enabled tools are important for quality higher education. So either it could be cloud-based or self-hosted. Cloud-based means that it is somewhere there and it's hosted in the cloud, but we need to pay for that cloud. Like Canvas or Camellio. These are all the common learning management system used across the globe, the top universities. The other one is self-hosted. Your institute itself can host, so that is self-hosted, that is Moodle. Okay, and then the licensing, it is again classified based on the licensing. Open source and free license, paid license. The open source means anybody can use, like Moodle or Camellio. You need to have the cloud for Camellio. Moodle, you need to, now you can buy a cloud, or you can have your server. You can have managed locally. And the free license, you'll be applying and you'll be getting the free license, that is Talent LMS. But again, you need to have the storage to host this. And the paid one is Adobe. Adobe Learning Management System is the paid one. So when you are thinking for a learning management system for your institute, you need to analyze all these things, because every learning management system will have the advantages what we discussed. You can enroll the students. The students will have individual access to their course. Then this is what the one, it is widely used by the most of the universities. Moodle. Moodle is it is called Modular Object Oriented Dynamic Learning Environment. It is modular, object oriented, it's dynamic. It's dynamic. It provides the learning environment as such, as a whole learning environment. I'll just take you through what is about a learning management system. Just a minute, I'll open the screen. Any points to discuss so far? I'm opening the other screen for the learning management system. Any questions? Any discussion points? Any discussion points? Shall we go ahead? Okay. So the commonly used platform, as I told, is Moodle. There are many platforms. Moodle is free, as I told. What is an LMS? It's a right example, the Moodle. A demo is created, just for example, for the demo purpose, the school name is Mount Orange School. Okay. Can you all see the screen? Okay. So this is how your LMS will look. So your school over there. You see, what we need to understand, the LMS, there are various accounts or various actions are possible. The first is manager, teacher, student, even you can give access to parent or privacy officer. So usually, in some institutes, most of the institutes, there will be one person called super admin. The super admin will have a role of managing the whole system. Usually, the manager will be the head of the department. Suppose one department offers many courses, they will be the manager. The manager can create the courses. The manager can enroll the students into the system. And the manager can provide access to the teachers. The next level will become teacher. The teacher will be able to, you see that manager, what are all the roles the manager has. The manager, once log in as a manager, the manager can create a course. Manager can do all these things in the system. The manager manages whole site. Okay, the manager does that. The next role is teacher. Teacher is one step next to manager. The teacher can create a course. Teacher has the role, it's restricted if you see. Teacher can create the course. Teacher can create assignments. Teacher can correct assignments. Teacher can add the students. Okay, but teacher will not have access whatever the manager. Suppose if you are a teacher to one course A, you will be able to access only course A. But manager will have all the courses offered by the department, A, B, C, D. I hope I'm clear. Manager can access all the courses, but teacher can only access only that course where the manager provided the access to the teacher. Then comes the students. So here the student will have access only the course. They will be able to see only the lessons. They will be able to answer the assignments. They will be able to complete the quiz. Are you getting? Is it clear the roles? If you see the student, this is how the student will access only the course. The students cannot create the course. The students cannot edit the course, but student can submit. The students can submit their assignments, view their assignments. You see, only restricted roles to the students. They can practice independently. Am I clear with the roles? Is it clear? So you have a learning management system. The learning management system is centrally managed by the super admin. And then you have managers. The managers are the head of the departments or head of the programs. And they create the courses. The teachers will be assigned to the course. The teacher will have only access to those particular course where they are teachers. And then you have students. The students will have access only to the course where they are allowed to access. Students cannot edit the course. Students cannot create course. Students can read the materials. Students can access the materials. Students can discuss with each other among themselves, provided the teacher creates, even further teacher should give the access. They can discuss about a topic. They can discuss about a topic. That is possible. That provided the teachers gives the access. But they cannot edit or they cannot do anything. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now you need to reflect how this is going to be useful to you. Again, reflect from the quality aspect. How will this be useful to you? Think as a teacher. Think as a quality person. How this is going to be useful to you? How do you think this will ensure the quality? No thoughts?
Sir, for students, they will be well benefited because they can easily get the information from the single platform itself instead of going for referring various books and all. They can get the most of the information from the platform itself, where we are.
Very good. Very good. That's a valid point. Yeah. Only the authenticated material the teacher will provide there, and the link is given. Beautiful. Yes. Yeah. Bindu John says we won't interfere in the other course. Yes, of course. You will be doing with the course. Think from the quality aspect. Good. Both the points are valid. Eh? Quality aspect. Think more. How do you think it is improving the quality?
Sir, excuse me. Normally now we are following like most of the IIT people. They have in the IIT people they have given more videos related to their subjects.
Okay.
So it has benefited both faculty as well as students in getting information in best way. So they are normally using Moodle platform.
Okay. It is time scheduled, isn't it? The teacher create the, yeah, you're right. The teacher creates the content and the content is available to the students. It's all time scheduled. It is released on that particular time, you know. So the contents are organized. The responsibilities are very clear. Who will do what? It's very demarcated responsibility. Okay. Again, the student will have individual access. They can access only the course where they are enrolled. Same like teachers. Teachers will be able to post the content. Teachers will be able to edit the course where they have been given access as a teacher by the manager. So the hierarchy is maintained, but the manager can oversee all. The manager can see all the courses. You know, suppose course B is not running well, the manager will be able to generate a report. The manager will be able to monitor. The manager will be able to give you the feedback. Isn't it? So that is how this level, you know, when you see how the course will be, again, we will take the same example, what they have shown there. You see, when you go there, this is how the course will, you know, now we saw this is how one course, you know, for example, I'll take this art and media. So when a student goes there, this is how the course will be organized. The modules are organized this how. Okay, so they can go. So who is the teacher? Can you see the teacher's name? This is how it will be organized. So who is the teacher? So who will see that? Okay, now for one course will go. So the course is organized in such a way, the announcements and all those things. Okay, so this is how the course is organized. Okay, so what are the things a teacher can do in this? A teacher can create a discussion board. A teacher can create assignments. A teacher can upload the materials. So if you see this, this is very, neatly organized also. Okay, so a teacher can monitor the student. Progress of that particular course. So, okay, well, just a minute. I think I forgot to share the screen. I thought I'm sharing the screen. I'm keeping demo. Okay, I'll just show one this thing about a teacher, how this is. Is the screen visible now?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Screen is not visible.
Is it seen now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I'm logging in as a teacher. So this is how a teacher will see. So when you logged in as a teacher, see what are all the things the teacher can see, the dashboard. So where at all I am as a teacher. Okay, this is one course. So these are, see, when the teacher logged in, which are all the courses the teacher will see, only the courses where she or he is the teacher. We'll just go into this course. This is available in their site itself, this demo. Anytime you can go and see. You see, when you go, this is the first thing the teacher will get turn editing on. Okay. So when this is on, when the turn editing on, the teacher will be able to add an activity. You see now, add an activity. When you are going here, you can add any number of activities. I just want you to see that you can add an assignment, you can add a book, you can add a chat, you can add a choice, discussion forum, file. You see all these things you can add. Okay, so that is possible for a teacher. Teacher can add the activity. Okay, so then the teacher can see the grades. See here the grades. So when the teacher clicks in, the teacher will be able to see the grade report. You see, this is how for this particular thing, how much the student scored. The teacher can see the grade books also. Are you getting? So these are all the things a teacher will be able to see. The teacher can create all the activities. The teacher will be able to see the grade books. Okay, so these are all the courses where the model teacher is improved. And then the teacher also will be able to see the participants. So who are all the participants? Who are all enrolled in this course? So the student's name will be seen here. So this is how a teacher can see the learning management system. So teacher can add all the activities. Teacher can see the grade book. The teacher can monitor. That is what the analytics part comes in. Am I clear? So this is how a learning management system looks for a teacher. So when the teacher goes, the teacher can do all these things. this is how a teacher will see a course and teacher can add all the courses. Okay. So then what will be the manager? What the manager will see? Manager, as I told, the manager will be the higher level person. Usually the manager, head of the programs will be the manager. So they will see the course in a different way. The same one we will see how the manager will see. Okay, so now the manager is logging in. Oh, sorry, again I forgot to share the screen. Okay. So now the manager is logged in. So the manager can also see the courses. The manager will have a site administration. So that's how the manager will see. See what are all the things the manager also can see the report. What report? Course overview. The manager can see the course overview, the most active courses for the past 1 week. Are you getting? There is no data. If the data is available, the manager will be able to see the most active course. The manager can view how the course is happening. You see? So this is the course. As a manager, they will be able to see all the courses also. So that is how the roles are defined in this. So that is how the learning management systems are used in improving the quality. That's what it's called, learning management system. It manages the entire learning management system. Any points to discuss? I hope I could introduce the learning management system, but it's in depth. That's a fundamental what we saw. Any queries? Anything? Hope you all are available. You did go for tea. It's tea time. Is it? So that is how this learning management system. So when you as an institute, if you are looking for a quality higher education, LMS is the way forward. LMS is the way forward. You need to look for a good learning management system. So Moodle is the one which is freely available. Can we have some points? Anything to discuss? Okay, so to summarize, ICT enabled teaching improves the learner engagement. There is no doubt that we saw that. It provides better learning outcome. The LMS supports learning, the learners, the teachers and managers. It supports all. It also allows us to monitor the progress. At the same time, for the institute, the challenges, that's what I kept it in the different color, creating an infrastructure and training the faculty members and students in using this ICT, especially the learning management system. It takes time. It requires people, to train the faculty members. Of course, you need to invest in creating the infrastructure. And once you train your faculty members and students, this will take your higher education to the next level. There is no doubt in that. There's plenty of evidence, and we also see in practical. So I'm ready to take questions now. Any questions? Any questions? Usually there won't be questions on two things. One you understood, the other one everything went above the head. Any questions?
Sir?
Yes.
How about the traditional management in future, sir? Traditional didactic lectures.
Yeah, see, we cannot go away with traditional lectures immediately.
That's what I mean.
It takes time. We cannot go away. But how you are mixing both, you know, that's what we call blended.
Blending.
How you are blending, that's a success. You know, again, the primary stakeholder for any institute is the student. Their satisfaction, their learning outcome needs to be met. So we should be able to use both judiciously. You cannot go only with traditional or only with these things. It should be a blending. That's what our culture, and that should be the future. That's what I see. That's what the literature also shows.
Sir, I have a query regarding I heard from one of the publishers that they have purchased, one of the colleges have purchased like a Canvas or Blue Button. There's many names given for this LMS softwares, it seems, sir. And they said, am I audible to you, sir?
Yeah, I'm hearing, yeah.
Okay. And I also heard that some colleges have purchased the clinical key student, that is CKS. So where all e-content are available, like they give some 300 textbooks, along with that lot of videos on clinical this thing, and all these things are available under CKS. So if this LMS is purchased, the CKS also, if it can be purchased, both can be, coordination can be done, and we can make use of this effectively, like their publishers told me, sir.
You could integrate, but again, you see, what is your learning outcome? You could integrate, there is no doubt, you could integrate. But before investing, I should know what my learners need. What is the learning outcome? I should not invest without the need, you know. It should be justified, you know. It could be any companies. If it is justified, yes. But these things can be integrated in the learning management system. There is no doubt. It could be integrated, you know, when you say Canvas is again, you need to host it in their cloud. So it depends on the Canvas is again used in many top universities also. But what is your institute's goal? How much is you have, the financial support? So if it is fine as a platform, there is no, every platform is good. But the add-on material, it purely depends on your learning outcomes. Some of the materials which are prepared in European countries, and then, you know, I adopt that, not possible, because the way I treat my patient is different. The way European people treat is different. You understand? Okay. We should be very clear what we are picking up, because it's going to be a huge investment for the institute. So one of the thing in quality is the cost efficiency. We should see as a whole. If it is meeting your learning outcome, yes, these all could be integrated very well. But review the content. Before purchasing, we need to review the content. We need to use and we need to review. If it is feasible, and then it is fine. Justifiable, it is fine. Because anything we invest and we are not using, then it is a waste for the institute.
No point. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Okay. So what are the basic infrastructure required, sir, to have the best ICT enabled this thing? So what I understand is, because we are right now we are in the NAC process, sir. We are collecting all the data for the NAC, and Dr. Mohanta sir is only our NAC advisor, and he also suggested many of the things, like in how to enable the ICT enabled tools, how to have it. So what I understand is we should have the increased bandwidth, and we should have Wi-Fi in the campus. and all the systems, no internet connections in all the lecture halls should be interconnected. Anything else required, sir, for to have this ICT enabled tools?
Again, madam, whatever you said is correct. The point is why we are including ICT in our institute. What is the primary goal? To improve the teaching learning process. You know, I see from the quality side. Yes, I have everything. I have the very good bandwidth. I have all my classrooms are connected. I have everything, but my teachers are not trained.
Okay.
It is not put into practice. Getting so how it is put into practice. Again, if you see, the accreditation is very well done. They will be able to easily see where it is put into practice. It is not just in the paper. So if you see, yes, all these things are important. Yes, nowadays the Wi-Fi and bandwidth is important. But what learning management system you are going to use? You know, are you going to use the locally hosted learning management system, or you are going to hire a cloud? Again, it depends on your budget. If you are using the local one, do you have the infrastructure to maintain it? The server, the team to maintain it, troubleshoots. What is your policies for that? If there is any disaster in that, how are you going to manage? That requires all the policies to be developed and put it into practice. Okay, if you are using it in the somebody else in the cloud, are you able to meet the financial one every year? How much you are going to pay? You know, again, this goes to your financial things also. Okay, having said that, you have money you invested. How are you utilizing this? Okay, I have an LMS, but my LMS, when I open and see, nothing is there. Just the materials are getting uploaded. There is no interaction. So again, the quality questions comes. So it is an integration. That is what, if you said that you are going for a NAC. If you see that manual, it's beautifully done. It's all integrated.
Yes.
Now, what is your learning outcome? For that learning outcome, what is your teaching method? For that teaching method, how you are using ICT? And then because of this ICT, what is your outcome? What is your students' feedback? You know, again, if you see, they're asking how many of your teachers are trained in ICT content preparation. All these things are interlinked. It's a very good question, but as administrators, before putting into practice, we should keep everything in mind because it's a quality process. It's, you know, we need to take it into the heart and we should really do it.
Okay, sir.
Hope I answered your question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if no more questions, I think I should say thank you for your patient listening. If anything required, you can mail me. I am happy to help you. So once again, thanks for the organizer for providing me this opportunity to talk to you. It was nice interacting with you. I hope I could give some ideas because I believe in this. If we start using all these things, we'll be able to provide better learning experience to our students. That is what important. So, over to you, Ms. Hema.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the wonderful session, sir. Hope it is really useful for beginners. Thank you so much, educators, for your time with us. Thank you.